War devastates not just people and communities but also the environment. While some war crimes are clear and have established mechanisms for prosecution, environmental war crimes often go unnoticed and unpunished. Efforts to document and prosecute environmental war crimes in Ukraine could set a precedent for accountability in other conflict zones. Wars impact air, water, soil, agriculture, and infrastructure, ultimately affecting public health. These effects are often invisible and understudied, yet their victims may be numerous. War zones with crumbled buildings release asbestos and silica dust, landmines and damaged industrial sites leak heavy metals and pollutants, and poisoned lakes and fields threaten food security. International law includes provisions to prosecute war crimes that harm the environment, but such prosecutions are rare. Claims for reparations face significant challenges, particularly in meeting evidentiary standards. However, there are positive developments. The UN General Assembly's 2022 resolution on protecting the environment in armed conflicts emphasized state responsibility for reparations. The UN Environment Assembly also called for better data collection on environmental damage from armed conflicts. The International Criminal Court, ICC, is developing a comprehensive policy on environmental crimes, aiming to advance accountability. Tracking environmental damage during conflicts is challenging but essential for protecting public health and ensuring reparations. Documenting this damage is crucial for accountability and ensuring perpetrators are held responsible. Ukraine's experience highlights the urgency of addressing environmental war crimes. Russia's invasion has severely impacted Ukraine's natural environment, polluting soils and waterways, and ravaging farmland, forests, and green spaces. The destruction of the Kakhovka Dam, allegedly by Russian forces, caused extensive ecological damage. Additionally, one-third of Ukraine's territory is now contaminated with landmines and unexploded ordnance, the highest in the world according to the international campaign to ban landmines. Ukraine is taking significant steps to address these issues. President Volodymyr Zelensky established the high-level working group on the environmental consequences of the war, focusing on environmental security as part of the peace formula for ending the war. This group has published an environmental compact with three main priorities. First, it emphasizes the need for clear guidance on documenting environmental damage using modern technologies. By setting such standards, Ukraine can lead in documenting environmental damage in all conflicts. Second, with this data, there must be criminal accountability and full reparations. Efforts are underway at national and international levels, including a national strategy for environmental justice being developed by Ukraine's Prosecutor General. International courts should also pay more attention to these crimes, applying universal jurisdiction where possible. Investigations should adopt a victim-centered approach, focusing on the environmental damage and public health risks when assessing rights violations. Finally, the working group stresses the importance of sustainable reconstruction, incorporating climate-friendly and environmentally sustainable development strategies. These principles should guide rebuilding efforts already underway in some parts of Ukraine. The pursuit of green justice and recovery in Ukraine can benefit other conflict-affected countries. Russia's invasion has challenged the international legal order and violated the UN Charter. How the world responds to these environmental crimes will shape the future of international justice. Environmental threats cross borders. The risk of nuclear radiation from the occupied Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant and the war's impact on the Black Sea are regional threats with widespread consequences. As the world recognizes the scale of environmental crimes in conflicts, it is crucial to ensure accountability and reparations. Justice is needed in Ukraine and all conflict zones where environmental harm occurs. Let us strive for a green, just, and peaceful future for all nations suffering from such attacks.